how is it as being a news person and being put in a brand new program with someone and kind of getting the chemistry going together so you each know, okay, if I do this, they'll say this, and working out well together?
I've gotten very, very, very lucky getting hooked up with Jamie for the Saturday morning show. Before I started, our news director, Mike Caputa, told me I was going to be doing the show with Jamie, and she took it upon herself to give me a call and try to get to know each other a little bit, and then we got to town and we had dinner. So we're learning about each other, and we have a lot of stuff in common. We're similar in age, we have a similar sense of humor, and the thing, I haven't been in TV a long time, 5 years now, but you can't really fake chemistry, or, you know, it'll start to come out a little bit. So Jamie and I do genuinely like each other. We get along off camera as well and on. And what I think comes across in the Saturday morning shows, we kind of have that brother-sister dynamic.
Yes.
Where there's a lot of bickering, there's a lot of making fun of each other. And I think she actually hit me one time on the show. So I think people respond to that because we're having fun, and hopefully they can too.
Yeah, that does come across. Now, one of the things that is somewhat of a constant point that the two of you talk about is Jamie and her cooking skills, or as you, and sometimes she admits her lack of. Has she ever cooked for you?
No. Well, I don't think so. There's been dinner parties at Jamie's house, but I think it was all takeout or other dishes that
or catered, yeah.
Or catered, yeah. I mean, Jamie readily admits that she can't cook, but she continues to put herself in these situations with stories where she's forced to cook or be around food. So it's just, she puts it up on a tee, and am I not supposed to swing at it? But no, I mean, she's a really good sport about it, and if it was a point of contention or if it was a sore spot for her, I want to keep going at it, but she has a good job laughing at herself.
Well, and the one a few weeks ago, she made a pizza at Green Mill, and they even said it was good. So
Devani's.
Yeah, Devani's. Oh, yeah. Devani's, yeah.
Yeah, and they said she did a really good job. So, you know, I think I said this at the time. If she needs part-time work to supplement the income, Devani's actually told her that we're hiring, and she'd be a great fit for that.
Yeah, cool. Touching on another point that you had mentioned earlier, Matt, you've been here about 8-9 months.
Mm-hmm.
How has it been for you adapting to Minnesota? Obviously, for those who've been around the country, personalities are different on East Coast as opposed
Sure.
to Midwest and so forth. How has that portion been for you, and what are some of the things that you've enjoyed getting to see and explore locally?
Getting used to Minnesota has been great. I was in Illinois for 8 years before here, so I get the Midwest, and this is very similar to how Illinois is. Plus, my wife and I knew we wanted to move here. This wasn't just a job that came open and we're like, okay, let's apply. We're like, we want to get to Minneapolis. Because my wife's sister lives in Eagan with her husband and our 2 nieces, and we wanted to be close to them. So having that support system has been huge, just to get you used to a new state and a new city. And as far as things I've enjoyed, I am a sports nut. You know, if I'm not tweeting about weather, it's probably tweeting about my Red Sox, Celtics, or Patriots, or my pathetic Fighting Illini at the University of Illinois. But I've loved getting to go to Timberwolves games. Target Field has got to be one of my favorite places in the state, just to be able to sit outside and watch a baseball game. I've done that maybe 4 or 5 times now. I love doing that. And we've got a dog. My wife and I have a dog, and we love taking him out to different lakes, or taking him out to different dog parks across the area. And I think if you're paying attention, you'll notice that a lot of my best of Minnesotas are self-serving. I'm trying to help myself out, whether it's best romantic dinner, or best microbrew, or best dog park in the state. I'm trying to figure these things out for myself, as I am a relatively new resident of the state. So that's been a tremendous help for me, just viewers helping out to get me to learn the state. When I started doing this, my bosses told me, no one loves Minnesota more than Minnesotans, so they're going to be happy to tell you about it, and they've been the absolute best tour guides in the last 8 months.
Great, that's good to hear. Another question I wanted to bring up, the Twitter view that we had back in October, you mentioned that you enjoy running. What's your routine in that, and are there any races or marathons that you're, getting in shape for right now?
Yeah, I do love running. It's very difficult to keep up on with my schedule, since I work various hours during the week. You know, one day I might work 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. and then a couple of days later I'll work 3 a.m. to noon, and I'm all over the place. But there are a couple of races I'm doing. I believe it's the Minneapolis Half Marathon coming up on June 3rd. I'm doing that, and I am debating right now whether I want to run the Twin Cities Marathon in October.
Okay.
I've run one marathon before, and I think when it finished I told myself I'd never do another one. But enough time has passed now where I'm starting to think that it's a good idea. So I'm debating signing up for that. It's a long way to run.
Yeah, it is. It is.